Well, hello everybody, welcome back to my Let's Play episode 26 of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Okay. We left off last time. Arriving, I think it's the tower we're doing, aren't we? I wanted to do some yesterday and it was actually the day before. We're here for a pile, whatever it's called. The streets of Dunwich. With that person. Dunwich. Dun 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 dun. Dunwich. Captain Foran has sent a message to summon me to Dunwich. The council wishes to discuss a potential business. Okay, got you. Speak with Captain. We're in Dunwich. The wind blows hard today, does it not? An ungodly fog rolls in, you ought to... That's too fast. Can I do it on that side? Ungodly fog rolls in, you ought to sail fast away. At least the floating hangman will catch you. Yes, and almost don't go into it like the last time. Nobody XP. But also it could be bad to hype him.
Much ado to you, Casita.
Yeah, exactly. Back at you, my lablita. Since we're trying to rhyme. You know, I just made a random word up. You did too. Violent turn for Captain. Okay. The Captain flourishes a sweeping bow. When he bends forward, a golden sullet slips from his collar to dangle on the end of its chain. He tucks it away as he strengthens, but not before you notice the etching on it. On its front side, it marks him as the third chair at the custode. Ooh. Isn't that thing she talked about? And she's second, and by doing what she wants, I become fourth. So taking this guy out could get me third. Council.
A word of advice. Guard your back in Dunwich. You have not yet carved a name for yourself or your crew.
Wow.
Yet you choose to swim in a sea of sharks. Should one take a bite, the Consuelo will not intervene.
Good for you.
Elsewise, how might I be of assistance?
Show and Bill and Sulet. I want full see the council mess. Tell me about council mess. Why do you speak like a Valentine?
The Consuelo will need to vote on it. But with your reputation, and if you vanquished Benwith, as appears to be the case,
Yep.
I do believe you are the most qualified to take his place.
Exactly, I'd be just under you apparently. Ack. Feminist, okay.
I will speak with Ferrante so that he may consider the matter further.
Thank
You
you.
have my ear, Casita. Of what do you wish to discuss today?
Tell me about Casita's council.
Yes, our Council of Captains.
Oh, I expected to read this. He tipped his head toward the semicircle, elaborate oaten chairs aligned on the other side of the room. Oh, okay, so this is the main place where we come up, we meet with
There
you.
are 7 seats on the Consuelo.
7? Oh, 4's not
Each
bad.
occupied by a high-ranking captain within the Principe. Seat holders convene to vote on a variety of issues concerning the Principe's well-being. To claim a seat, a captain must have substantial backing and sufficient power, both politically and physically. Ferrante, the last Marcheso, holds the highest ranking seat because the most ships in our entire fleet have pledged loyalty to his flag.
Got you.
As you can guess, the Sea Wolf, Aldis, commands the second most numerous fleet of ships. As such, she is the second chair, and I am the third.
And I'll be fourth with her and you'll back him. He rolls his head up on his neck if to work out a stiff muscle.
Perhaps you would like to attend the proceedings when the Consuelo next convenes.
Definitely. She like that. Just dark brown.
I met Ferrante decades ago. Many years I sailed as his first mate before building my own humble fleet.
Okay. Again, I keep expecting to do that, so I keep pausing, sorry. With an affected shrug, he sweeps a hand to indicate the room.
When in the Principe, do as the Valians do. Unless, of course, you have no care for tradition, or the continued sustainability of our way of life.
Okay.
Like some filthy new blood.
Wow, was that aimed at me? someone or some place I should avoid while in dungeons?
You may have noticed a divide between old blood and the new.
Yeah, you just
By which
mentioned
I
it.
mean those who descended from or otherwise hold Old Valia in grand esteem. And the varied and often uncouth recruits we have since brought into the fold. I assure you, the latter was supremely by necessity. Though perhaps I'm ill-equipped to throw stones. As a casita of some repute, you will be most welcome in the king's coffin.
Thank you.
But you should watch yourself throughout the Radiant Court.
Okay. Thank you for the information. So, is this where they'll be meeting? Yep. Don't come to King's... thingy. King's Court for the potteridge, trust me. Oh, so he's the main person.
Not a problem.
The Mad Moran is inscribed on the back of the chair. Inscribed on the back of the chair, brutal. And then Wolf described on the back of the chair. Two-eye Pim described on the back of the chair. Describe that chair 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're 7. So I guess 2, 3, and I'll be one of these. No. Oh my god.
Ask someone else.
Watcher. Good. You have arrived.
Oh, it is you. Or was he grants, I was going to say grant you, grant you winsome smile, his left cheek dimples as the smile spreads to show teeth.
Ahoy there yourself, Captain. What do I be but a pretty bit of man meat to dangle from a wrist? As easily forgotten as set aside.
Don't start something right now. The king and head asking Tiffin smirks. Christian rubs his thumb over his golden slit, violent thoughts gliding over his face like dark clouds. Then he smiles, but it's a vicious expression more than a pleasant one. Okay, maybe you should stay in the ship right now.
A little seabird informs me that you have dealt with our mutual problem, the scoundrel Benoit.
Yep. His eyes glint as a fierce grin cuts across his face and his lone dimple deepens.
Gelarde. For this you have my grandest commendation.
Approval roughly translated to brave or defiant. You brave for this or you're defiant for this. Okay, I kind of feel they're just opposite meanings in a way. Like brave is obviously, you know, you did well, well done, positive. But you're defiant. Isn't that negative? Because you defied me. How dare you? The sort of thing. Don't know if he likes it or not.
You'd have been right amused, you would. Few sights as fine as that hard blowing 3-sheeter getting what's long been due him.
And his hip, just his chest forward, blue for expanding like a bird's plumage.
You are lacking in so many ways, my former ship hunter, that no one can say you are not entertaining. I myself would have enjoyed watching you put the scoundrel in his place.
Got it coming. Bother with Baron just for your praise.
No, as my memory serves me, you did not.
Oh, wow, he got a little bit funny there, didn't he? Did bother with your praise? No, he did not. You little B word and all that stuff. But anger sharpens his smile, he burns his darkened colour of his eyes.
And as promised, I have prepared for you a fine prize.
We're gonna have to fight someone. Sweep of his arm, he offers you a magnificent cloak. Oh, okay, thank you. A cloak of protection. Protection 5, Foundation, Fortune 5, Reflex 5. Oh, okay. Hopefully that's a good cloak. Cloak of protection.
However, there is another matter of which we must now speak.
And that is?
I must confess to you a bit of a problem has arisen. One which speaks to your expertise
What?
with the supernatural.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, well, I'm
We
the problem.
sighted the floating hangman that haunts the Deadfire.
You don't want with the what now? Ghastly and rotten ship that haunts the Deadfire. Manned by the undead crew, this vessel is rumoured to beclaim the seas and sails veiled within an unnatural fog. Oh, great. So that fog, it means I've got to go in more fogs now. Just say ghost ship haunts the Deadfire? Why, I may have encountered it myself a time or two ago. Bluff. Shady. Why would I do that? Do elaborate. Lips thin, pressed, taut as its half shrugs one shoulder indefinitely. I bet if he lied, it comes across shady. He goes, if that's true, you would be here now. Something like that. Non-commercial.
This galleon, what likely remains of the Von Ferros, is a frightful legend.
Okay.
We have been losing ships at sea, amico. And not to those Valera ship-hunting bastards. I believe the floating hangman may be our culprit.
Okay.
Fortune favors us, as I have procured a survivor from such a recent sinking. You will consider what she has to say.
Okay, you consider what she has to say. Craning abruptly to side, he barked a louder order.
Come forth, Selenia. Quickly now, or I will run rivers of your lethargic blood.
Exactly, you want that happen. At last he smiles. Sun blistered and raw-boned, the pirate regards you both with a discerning glare. She tongues a clapped... Wait, what? She tongues a chapped bottom lip, but keeps quiet. Oh, okay.
Well, spit it out, Selenia, and try not to embarrass me before our guest.
Of course, Captain. It might have pretty hard near the end, but I spit the tale as best as I can.
You do what? You'll spit it. Spill it instead. Barrett touches a spot at the base of her skull and winches. She glances off to the side, eyes black and full of hurt. Sighs and rubs Tyler between his brow. It's like, ugh. Deal with this again.
Go on, gent. I'm ready as I'm like to get me.
Go on, Jim. What? How are you telling me the story? A shiver, the pirate turns her black button eyes to you. Try not to press you to remember more than we absolutely need. Been violent. You will think hard and recount every detail you can. Understand? Do it even if it hurts. Even if it kills you. Whoa. What happened? Happened to you? Okay. What does benevolent even actually mean? Because it comes up in a lot of games. I don't really know what that means. Like, cruel, obviously, yeah. I'm being a nasty person. What does benevolent mean? So, you know, in some of these RPGs, they come up with certain things like that. And let me type it to Google quick. Like, is it a good or a bad thing? E-V-I-L-E-N-T, violent, meaning. Okay. Well-meaning and kind. Oh, okay. Okay, that's probably what I'll go with then. I don't know why. I always read it and part of me thought it was you know, like being a bit mean or hence violent. Serving a charity rather than a profit. Okay, yeah, go with that then.
You aren't quite what I expected, Watcher. You're
She wets her lips.
kinder than most.
Okay. Thank you. Pointed, avoids Fraser's gaze, a grimly hand scrubbing at her mouth.
Saw my old crew slaughtered me,
Okay.
my best mates, and even a few I hated. They weren't but blood and meat in the end.
Ooh.
It branded the back of my eyes that moment. High seas, nothing but blue all around. Then, mist so thick you could taste it. Ships sailed from within, out of nowhere.
Ship sailed from within and out of nowhere? On the back of my eyes a moment. Oh, okay. I was getting a little confused and I thought she's saying, you know, they got ripped apart and then suddenly ship sails from within and out. I was like, what? I think she's meaning that happened, but the moment it started, so that they're on the ship basically, high seas, nothing but blue around, and then, so basically the sea's nothing out there, mist comes over, and it's so thick you taste it, the ship sailed from within, so it comes from out the mist, out of nowhere onto them. So it hasn't attacked yet. I took it as initially they attacked, and then this bit, that doesn't make sense. She's just saying about what initially happened, and then now she's going to the actual moment. Got you.
Was a hunt, not for loot, but for bodies. The ship,
It looked.
it
She grabs at her hip, but there's nothing there. Fingers fumbling at the air, she bares her teeth.
rotted. The crew, they were all undead. Couldn't stop them from boarding. Couldn't kill them. Couldn't even fight them in the end.
You need to use magic. Tell me about them, the undead. How were you taken by surprise on the open sea? Kind of feel they explained that because the fog came out of nowhere. When did this happen? How did you survive the attack? Yeah, I feel I'm supporting things either. Obviously, if it forces me to, I'll ask that, but I feel if I only got one or two choices, I hate doing the most important order. Talking about the undead and how do you survive are probably the best two. And then when did this happen? And then that one. Tell me about the undead.
They were dreadful. Some were clothed, like maybe they'd only recently died. Others weren't more than moving bones.
Okay.
One was different. Her presence was overwhelming.
They're probably the leader.
Flames burned in the place
Captor.
of her eyes. The crew shambled hard to do her bidding, even the ones who seemed hardly aware.
So in other words, take her out. Some of the crew will probably just disintegrate or be, whoa, what was doing? Some might continue.
Figured she was the captain, me.
Yep, she sure skates going far away.
There is a flag the floating hangman flies. A flag that once heralded the Von Ferrus of Old Valia. It belonged to our Darkutsi paladin of some legend, one Lucia Rivan.
Ghastly and rotting ship that haunts the Deadfire, manned by undead crew. This vessel is rumoured to reclaim the seas in sails veiled within an unnatural fog. The Drastical family, with the royal lineage of Grand Valor, the Draggers through Paladin, again butchering words, I apologise, were founded to guard the crowned family and its palace, 800 AI, or A1, where it's supposed to be. Though both Paladin and family were scattered during the collapse of the Grand Valley, even 2 centuries later, each still persists to a less sovereign but impressively affluent means. Don't want to say that last thing, affluent. Meaning iron strength, Grand Valley, okay, yeah. Continue.
But Selenia's knowledge is limited in this regard. Let us instead ask her of a subject she may know.
Okay, I thought you were going to fill the gaps as you brought it up. Okay. Very surprised in the open sea. When did this happen? How do you survive the attack?
Calling me Craven? Sure,
No.
I am.
I'm assuming that means crazy. No, that's not what I was saying. I was asking you how you survived the attack. Rubs at the back of her head, rough like she needs it to hurt. Needs it to hurt. I think it's a good question because at the end of the day, the whole ship gets slaughtered. You can't really go anywhere. You're on a ship that I'm assuming is getting sunk. You're middle of the sea. How do you survive? Because it could be useful. If you got lucky, then fine. But if it's something like, oh, they avoided me because I hid in the fish. Maybe we put fish on us. You know, a bit like Walking Dead put guts on us and they leave you alone or whatever to think you're dead. Maybe put fish guts on us and they won't attack us and we can sneak up behind and kill her. I don't know. So it could be useful.
Took a knock-in and I was out for a while. When I came to, they were eating Ganasco, our steward.
Okay. So you're lucky they weren't eating you then, but still explain how you survived.
I dropped a dinghy and rode for it. Don't know why they didn't give chase. Don't much care me.
Unless you're a trap. Send you here, you tell people, they come after it, they get more food. So giving you up brings another full ship full of like another 10, 20 people. Or more. When did this happen? Scowls.
Dunno me. Drifted for days, maybe longer. Kept winking in and out after I ran out of drink.
One of mine found her no more than a week ago. Malnourished, dehydrated. The poor girl was scarcely able to speak.
Well, I'm more than able to gabble now, aren't I? Could sail, too. No, you got no reason to keep me.
Come with us. She lifts her hand over the softness of her shirt. Fits her hands. What's this? Perception. Again, her fingers hesitate close to her hip. Fabric crinkled there where a pistol might normally be strapped. She wants to come with us. So ticks in front jaw, but the otherwise ignores her.
Perhaps there is something else you wish to ask of our guest before she departs from us.
Were you taken by surprise? I kind of feel that's the stupidest question out of them, but since I can still ask it, we might as well. Because I feel she kind of explained it with the, the fog coming in and it come out the fog.
Me and my crew were adept. Alert. Always. No. Weren't no one gonna get the jump on us.
They did. You just said they did.
Was some magic foul. Just sudden like, the winds died, the waters fell flat and the air got heavy. They turned sky and the sea both against us. Then this thick fog roiled up at midday. Without a sound, the Spectre ship
She glides a hand in the air.
skimmed right out. It was too late. We couldn't outsail it.
Okay. I guess it wasn't as stupid as I thought it would be. Because it is, the gist of it is basically what we thought, you know, the fog, boom, boom, on top of you. But she explained it a little bit better, how it actually comes, and they came flying out at her. And they couldn't outrun it, so in other words, it's pointless to try to outrun. You probably want to stop blasting it, and when they bored, fighting them. And preferably with magic, probably. Cuts a glance to Furin for confirmation, when he dismissively waves her away. Her black eyes narrow and she raises her chin, defiant, but then he turns his full gaze to her, suddenly steeving, and she shrieks in and shrinks. Shaken, her sigh, she reluctantly retreats.
She belongs to Aldis, who undoubtedly will come to claim her soon. But that is a problem for another time.
I work for her, technically, so why don't you come with me?
One moment, Watcher.
Scowls at Slynn's retreating back, a dark anger warming his cheeks. What's he gonna do? Why does it secrecy? Doing good one, Dadu, and be damned, Captain, as I believe you told Slynd, spit it out already. Responding to the collapse of the Grand Valance. Good one. Noble families packed up there and sailed abroad seeking opportunities away from the shadow of their homeland. Over time, an old world tradition of old and new identity as the whatever of whatever, the princesses without homeland. Lucin guarded, okay. There and be damned, Captain, as I believe you told Slynd, spit out already. He grins wild and ruggish. Minor positive reputation gain, okay. So I stuck to him until he kinda likes it.
Looks like we'll be making a salty grog-sucking cur of this one yet.
What? Okay. Whatever.
Mind the manner in which you address me, ship hunter.
A rash on his face. Nice one, mate. Nice. I impressed him, and then you basically peed him off. Minor positive reputation gain with principle.
Allow me to cut to the heart of it. Lucia Revan, whose flag flies atop our spectral ship,
be your daughter.
was a Darkotsi paladin who died more than 200 years ago.
What's wrong with it being your daughter part then? Unless you're over 300 years old. Or 250 yourself.
It is my hope that uncovering the details regarding dear Revan's fate in life may illuminate the nature of her undeath and how to defeat her galleon.
So basically we need to research her life and find out how she died. To hopefully work out how we can kill her. Again, because she's already dead. Stop her, I guess.
Unfortunately, the only soul who could possibly shine more light on our situation lies buried deep within Neketaka.
Everything pushes Neketaka, doesn't it?
One Isir the Berethian, now well rotted, I presume.
Take it you have a plan. Do we know anything more about Lucy Riven? Who is this Yaza the Bertran?
Regrettably, I know little but this. He was an Ediran warrior priest of Bereth, and a significantly fervent one, if tales are to be believed.
So the fevered one, okay.
He chased our Dakotsi to the Deadfire, hunting her to, well, to her death.
Okay.
Shortly after slaughtering our brave paladin, the priest died, possibly of sickness, or perhaps from a festering battle wound. He was entombed in honor of his service to Berath, in Neketaka's sacred stair.
Oh, death circles door, okay. Do you know anything more about Lucy Riven?
By all accounts, our Rivan was a Darkotsi paladin who sailed to the Deadfire in order to safeguard a royal weapon of Old Valia.
Something to do with that weapon could be special to help to stay or become undead, I guess. Don't say
She
stay alive,
is the
but just dead.
epitome of Grand Valia, of magnificence, honor, and duty. Living or undead, she strives still to serve her charge. And yet, we know not why, but a Berethian priest called Isir opposed our Rivan, and fiercely. They fought to the death. Rivans, to be precise, in this very archipelago.
Okay. Kind of wish they had a scroll so you can go back up and if you didn't take something in properly or like, oh, nice, you just want to recheck something.
Along with her life, Rivan lost the sword she had sworn to protect.
traces a dreary line down his jaw.
It has, lamentably, remained unfindable since. I believe it may be why she searches the seas yet.
God, yeah. So we have that soul. We want to kill her with it, or at least summon her, or attract her to our spot. Did you have a plan?
Indeed, I do.
Oh, he's a man with a plan. Flashes you a devious grin.
Though I and mine cannot so openly venture into the depths of Neketaka,
I can.
nor can we commune with the dead. You
can do both.
Archer, are adept in both of these areas.
Please.
Correct. You must search the Temple of Berath on Neketaka's sacred stair. Izair's tomb within it should contain a chronicle for how and where he slayed our paladin, Rivan.
See what I can do.
Gelarde, do return when you've any lead that may navigate us to where the floating hangman anchors. I will be waiting.
Is there anything we can do with her? Scribe on the back of the chair. Okay. With that being said, we hit 26 minutes, so we're going to end this episode. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, that good stuff. I've been IVATOPIA. Ah, that's the tower. We might have a look down there before we leave in a bit. Well, next episode. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. See you next time. Have a great one, day. Bye.